people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy.
Okay, we'll start with this, what is fast becoming the most popular segment here on the channel. Ring IQ Hate Mail. Guy who goes by the name The Opinion. Big PBC guy, big PBC stan, reacting to the news of Top Rank's deal on Stars that will be for approximately 11 boxing shows a year, $1 million per show. He stated, IQ News, ain't nobody gonna be able to find their fights. All that trash you talked about PBC is coming home to roost on your favorite promotional company. So first, let's address the obvious, the business stuff. 11 fights per year, valued at $1 million per fight, is already more than the PBC got from Amazon. Like, are you bad at math or something? Are you stupid?
Is a pig's pussy pink?
That's literally more fights than they did in between last year when the deal started and this one. That's called getting a budget from a broadcaster, which over a year and a half later, the PBC still ain't got. So what are you gloating about? How is this a flex for you while two of the PBC's flagship fighters have jumped ship? Gervonta Davis is off to Netflix. David Benavidez is off to Saudi.
Gervonta Davis basically bent the knee to Jake Paul. He's accepted being the B-side to Jake Paul, and David Benavidez is twerking for the Turk.
How is this a win for you? How is this a flex?
Well, this shows us that over a year later, Top Rank is still doing better than they are. They got a broadcaster, they got a budget, which is more than the PBC got. Unbeknownst to most, you know that Amazon charges them, right?
Right.
You know that whatever they bring in, however big, however small, Amazon gets a cut, and that's it. But they don't give them no money.
So are you dumb, or are you playing dumb?
He's just looking for an excuse to talk to you because he likes your face.
This has been going on for at least 2 years now. Maybe longer. I've lost count to where this weirdo, this freak, periodically tags me every 2 to 3 months to argue about the same thing.
For 2 years now.
Maybe longer because I've lost count. And I stopped thinking that this was about boxing a long time ago because I've already been proven right. Showtime gave him the boot. The Amazon deal is a dud. They only got to do about a handful of shows, most of which were pay-per-views.
They're down to panhandling now.
And this fruitcake keeps tagging me to argue about the same thing, which leads me to believe this is not about boxing for this guy. He just wants an excuse to talk to me. But why would a grown man? Because I've seen this guy. He looks to be in my age group. Late 30s or early 40s, and if he's not, then he's aging badly because his hairline is receding, he's already graying.
His vision must be starting to go since he can't see the forest through the trees, arguing about the same goddamn thing I've already been proven right about.
You guys got a crush on you, man.
That's what I think it is. No matter how much I disagree with somebody online, some content creator, somebody, some kind of something.
What?
I wouldn't do this. 2 years of tagging the same person to argue about the same thing?
Don't you have any friends?
Don't you have anything better to do? What is it, every 2 to 3 months you're off your meds and you start going crazy online? Start thinking about me?
I don't swing that way, buddy. I'm not into that fruity shit.
This ain't about boxing. Clearly it's not.
And he always says the same thing. The Top Rank shows are garbage and he likes the ones on the PBC. So watch the ones on the PBC and shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up!
What are you tagging me for? Every 2 to 3 months. What, do you want to talk to me? You want to interact with me? You were thinking about me?
Me?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. How old are you? Is it because you tried to make it as a content creator and nobody subscribed to your channel? Nobody watched your videos?
Is this a veiled effort to funnel traffic to your failing YouTube channel?
I ain't even gonna put it up. I'm not even gonna bother.
This ain't normal, and I don't care how you try to dress it up, even for the internet.
You ain't normal, because I know goddamn good and well there are lots of content creators out there I disagree with. I disagree with a lot of their perspectives. What I don't do is periodically tag them every 2 to 3 months. This must play out very differently in your mind. In your mind, you think you're arguing with your old buddy. your old pal.
You're sick in the head.
You need friends. Go outside, touch some grass, get some ass, get some pussy.
I like pussy.
He's using Rick Glacier's recent inside intel as the anchor for his argument. The same Rick Glacier that trashes the PBC more than I do? Did that go over your head? Did you miss that part? The only guy who takes shots at the PBC more than I do is Ricky.
You don't qualify that, but you qualify this?
He does, because he's a fucking retard, this guy. That's the thing about the internet. It causes these hermits and these social rejects to pretend that they're social butterflies by talking to people that otherwise wouldn't talk to them.
People that don't want to talk to them while they're throwing themselves around their crummy apartment, spreading their asshole, imagining that they're the life of the party. Hey, look at me, I'm talking to Ring IQ, the legendary Ring IQ. I told him, I showed him.
Shut the fuck up.
You got a personal stake in Al Heyman's success or something? Here's something that you and Al Heyman have in common. He's a failure, and so are you.
He's irrelevant to the world of boxing, and so are you.
But you tried. Oh, you did try. And you're still trying by tagging me and trying to argue with me.
If you like the PBC more than Top Rank, then continue to like the PBC more than Top Rank. What the hell does that have to do with me?
Nothing. The dude is a fruit. He's just looking for a reason to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you. Get the hell away from me.
Ugh.
Elsewhere in the world of boxing, Floyd Money Mayweather himself posted this image to his Instagram account with a caption that reads, "Let's make this fight happen. Kermel Moton is already in. Roach, let's do it. Even if I have to put up the money." And that's what I think it's going to take, because Kermel Moton and Kermel Moton's fights don't necessarily have a home. What I've seen of this kid, rather what I haven't seen, is that he's either boxed on the non-televised portion of a show before the main card starts, or after the main card is over, when the janitor's sweeping up and they're putting away the chairs.
That kid's got a great jab.
Let's address a few things. That I do not expect Lamont Roach to get a second fight with Gervonta Davis, a second crack at the apple, because Gervonta's gonna make more money with Jake than he will with Lamont. So why would he go back to fighting Lamont? Why would he come back to regular boxing for regular money?
I don't think it's gonna happen. So, as far as I'm concerned, Lamont Roach is free. Free to go, free to fight whoever he wants to fight.
Does he fight Kermel Moton?
Not unless Floyd pays him a fuck ton of money to do it. Not unless Floyd puts the money up himself, like he said he would put the money up himself. And we're talking about a lot of money. I think it would take a lot of money for Lamont Roach to give Kermel Moton 8-0 with 6 KOs the time of day. There's nothing in it for Lamont. You gotta make it worth something for him.
Floyd Money Mayweather has to put his money where his mouth is and put the money up. If you put the money up, maybe then it will happen, because right now, Lamont has options. We were talking about Kermel Moton here on the channel just the other day during one of the live streams, and how the best thing for Floyd to do for this kid is let him box on somebody else's platform, under somebody else's banner, reach a co-promotional deal with a Top Rank or a Matchroom or somebody, so that they can schedule Kermel's fights. Because right now you got this kid doing a lot of nothing, and you don't really care about boxing anymore.
Look at the state of Mayweather Promotions. Leonard Ellerby stepped down as CEO. Richardson Hitchens left. Jahan Ingram left. Several others, many others.
Gervonta Davis, your golden goose. You ain't got no real skin in the game anymore. All that remains is Kermel Moton. And you ain't got the temperance to be a promoter. We've established that. You can't get out of your own way. You can't stop talking about yourself long enough to promote somebody else. So at least do that kid a favor and let a real promoter promote him. You were playing pretend for a lot of years, but Mayweather Promotions was really just a subsidiary of Al Heyman's PBC. So when PBC got problems, Mayweather Promotions got problems.
PBC ain't got no real broadcast deal. Mayweather Promotions ain't got no real broadcast deal, because Floyd Mayweather is not a real promoter, nor has he ever been. Showing up in ugly sweaters and monopolizing all the interviews, talking about yourself, that's not being a real promoter. You think Floyd Mayweather was sitting in some office micromanaging fighters?
No, that's what Leonard Ellerby was for. He had Leonard Ellerby as a gopher. He was doing all the grunt work, except now Leonard is gone. You think Floyd's gonna pick up the slack? So this is what passes for promotion at Mayweather Promotions. Talking up a fight in all likelihood ain't gonna happen. There's no real reason for Lamont Roach to give your young fighter the time of day unless you pay him a lot of money.
Like a lot of money.
A whole lot of money because he has options.
Tell me that Kermel don't look like a Timu tank.
Now, don't do that. That kid didn't do nothing to you. Don't take shots at him. He's just got a shitty promoter with a huge ego. Doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know how good this kid is, and I don't know how good this kid ain't because of what Floyd's got him doing. He's got him boxing either on a non-televised portion of a show or after a show is over.
How the hell are you supposed to promote a fighter if nobody can see him?
You clout chase another fighter by attaching his name to that fighter on social media, on Instagram.
There is a related story. Now allow me to connect the dots.
So there's been a back and forth between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, about a day or so ago, said Lamont was getting ready for the rematch, so he's going to have an in-between fight, and then me, top of the year. But that's only if Teo doesn't accept the fight. Teofimo Lopez, who responded by saying, I've already accepted the fight. I'll see you at the beginning of the year. That was yesterday. Earlier today, Shakur Stevenson responded to Teofimo by saying, don't be out here trying to save face. I ain't heard nothing about you accepting the fight yet, little dude. Adding credence to the notion that this fight is dead in the water, veteran boxing scribe Chris Mannix said there has been no progress in talks for a Lopez versus Stevenson fight, and Saudi officials are now moving on, sources told Sports Illustrated Now. There has been frustration with Lopez throughout the process, I'm told. The focus has shifted to finding another opponent for Stevenson with Levant Roach as the leading candidate.
So that is where the dots connect between the story we talked about in our previous segment and this one. Lamont Roach can make a lot of money in Saudi boxing Shakur. That is what Floyd has to compete with. That if he is serious about making a fight between Lamont and his fighter, he's got to put some money up, and he better do it fast. Because the Saudis work fast. Don't take long to make a fight.
Floyd has to compete with whatever offer they formulate for Lamont, and we all know that the Saudis are not afraid to overpay, pay the piper, pay to play. That's what Floyd has to compete with. So you have to ask yourself, how much is it worth to Floyd Mayweather to put Levant in the ring with Kermel?
How much?
Moving off of that story and going into this one. So I guess we now know who was gonna pay for Stevenson versus Lopez. It was the Saudis. That's who I suspected.
Even though Turkey said he didn't want to work with Teofimo because he insulted his country and he insulted his religion.
That's what the tweet says, and that's what the story is. They was the ones gonna pay for that fight, but now they're not going to. They've grown frustrated with Teofimo, who hasn't agreed to anything and has been a pain in the ass the whole time. I'm not surprised.
It was a little bit hard to conjure, though, that Teofimo would go through with this, having already walked away from a Devin Haney fight that he could have had this year. Instead, he chose to sit out and do nothing. It was a little bit hard to believe that he would really box Shakur when he just walked away from Devin.
Many of the same challenges he would face with Devin, he would also face with Shakur. So why would he accept one and not the other? Turns out he didn't accept nothing. Which might explain why he was just begging for a slot on Jake Paul's undercard. Not only that, it's not the only social media influencer he was begging. He was also begging Aiden Ross.
He was begging Aiden Ross for a slot on one of his events.
I don't got no fight lined up just yet, but I would love to be on Brand Risk. Fight here.
And T.O., I would gladly accept that.
And it could be, no homo, it could be like 2 guys, 1 night, 3 rounds each, or 3 guys, 1 night, 3 rounds each, making 9 rounds.
He'll be able to fight 3 to 4 people in one night.
Holy
on
shit.
your show. So that's going to be, Foreman did it first.
Yeah.
So let T.O. be the second. Foreman fought 5 guys in one night. So we could go eeny, meeny, miny, ho, ho, ho. Whoever wants it, come get it. He don't mind getting in the ring. So we're bringing it first to you.
All right.
Which is going to be one-time, incredible event.
Let's do
so
it,
it's got to be
Let's
big.
do it,
so whoever first, put the names in the hat. Thank you.
Let's do it, man. Put some W's in the chat if you want.
So think about what Teofimo led with. Think about how he starts. He says he has no fight lined up, where he just said on Twitter that he accepted the Stevenson fight.
Which one is it?
We know which one it is. Shakur Stevenson says he ain't hear nothing about Teofimo accepting the fight. And Chris Mannix just said that Teofimo didn't accept the fight. The Saudis are frustrated, and now they're moving on.
He didn't accept the fight.
Like he didn't accept the Devin Haney fight. Think about the implications of that. Ponder on it. Postulate.
Think about it.
This guy turned down a multi-million-dollar payday with Devin Haney for a fight. Could have happened this year, so that he could spend the rest of it begging social media influencers to let him box on their shows. This is a guy who's being offered a fortune by the Saudis.
This is a guy who's definitely afraid of boxing Devin Haney. I don't care what you think of Devin. His mental state, how bad Ryan beat him up, what all of this communicates to me is this guy is scared to box Devin, and he's scared to box Shakur too, because look at what he's doing.
He doesn't think he can win. He must not. You turned down the Devin Haney fight so that you could beg influencers to box on their shows? And think about the implications of that. Think about Aiden Ross. Kid probably doesn't keep up with boxing at all. Doesn't give a shit about the sport outside of his crummy events that he puts together.
Can probably only name a handful of boxers, if that. But he's got a whole boxer, what's supposed to be a bona fide boxer, a champion, begging him.
And that's not even the first time that's happened. Do you remember a little over a year ago when Jermall Charlo called into Hayden Ross's show, drunk, asking for a payday, for a collab, while demanding money?
Notice that these are both American boxers doing this. You don't see British boxers doing this, or Japanese boxers, Mexican boxers. It's the American ones. So that just the other day, some guy can beg me to be nicer to the American boxers while they make asses out of themselves and a joke of the sport.
So just imagine how this looks to Aiden Ross and all his social media influencer buddies and a younger generation coming through. How do boxers like Jermall and how do boxers like Teofimo look to them? Like a bunch of losers, a bunch of beggars. And you wonder why today's pugilist doesn't seem like a giant.
They're neither as feared or respected as they were in previous eras. Why do you think that is?
Now that Shakur exposed them and Chris Mannix exposed them, he tried to make some sort of failed attempt at humor to cloud the fact that you didn't accept the offer. You haven't accepted the Stevenson fight. You're just wasting time. Groveling at the feet of social media influencers in front of little boys. Have you no dignity? No self-respect? You're ducking a real smoke.
He's trying to be like Javante. He sees that Javante's boxing a social media influencer. He wants to do that too.
Like last year when he saw that Ryan Garcia had a racist tirade, so he had a racist tirade too. A smaller one, more subtle, but you got the message. I think we all did. He's unoriginal, is what he is. Cringeworthy. Trying hard to fit in and trying hard to be a trend setter when all he's doing is following the trend.
All he's doing is trying to be like everybody else. He's trying to be like him, be like them.
He boxed a grand total of 1 time this entire calendar year, and it's not for lack of opportunity, it's for lack of trying. He literally didn't want to. He would rather do this than explain to me, how does this guy have fans?
He doesn't really have that many.
What have I maintained throughout? That this whole circus social media boxing thing is a uniquely American problem. It's more of a thing in the United States than it is anywhere else. And you've got plenty of boxers willing to sell their souls to be part of the circus.